Welcome in the class. This practice is called Loving the Heart, and we'll be starting in a heel sit, either directly on the heels, or you can take a block or a bolster and prop yourself up if that is uncomfortable for the knees or ankles. So please find a comfortable seat and start with your hands just rested on your thighs, palms turned down. Please go ahead and close your eyes. And start to bring all of your attention towards yourself. What I find very helpful in bringing the awareness into the present moment and stopping the mind from running all around is taking a few deep breaths with a loud sound. You can either make ha sound or with your mouth closed. So please meet me at the bottom of your next exhale. From there, take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel the expansion across the entire body, lengthening in the spine. Let go, exhale. The louder the better in this case. Again, take a deep breath in. And let go. Breathe in. And out. Continue to breathe in a natural pace, natural way. Still aware of the breathing without any intention to change it or do anything about it. Begin to gently follow your breath, riding the waves of the inhales and exhales. And see if you can, with the inhale, draw the awareness to the space between the eyebrows, perhaps even turning your eyes upwards underneath your closed eyelids. And then with the exhale, you're dropping from the mind to the heart. Inhale to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale, awareness drops into the heart. Keep breathing in this way. Inhaling to the space between the eyebrows, exhaling, dropping into the heart. And I invite you to take your left hand on your heart and your right hand on top of your left hand. Dropping the awareness into the heart. In Sanskrit, the name for the heart energy center is anahata, and is possibly my favorite word in the Sanskrit language. Anahata means unbroken, unbeaten, unwounded, unhurt. Literally, it is the sound that two objects make without touching each other, which is difficult to imagine. So anahata is unhurt, unwounded, unbroken. And isn't it ironic that exactly about this part of the body we often say it has been hurt, it has been broken. So we talk about hearts being broken and hurt and wounded. And Sanskrit and ancient Vedic knowledge remind us that this part of the body, the heart energy center, despite everything that happens, remains whole. Always whole, forever whole. And yes, we do go through heartbreaks and disappointing situations. And sometimes we feel like we need to build walls around the heart to not hurt ourselves, to not feel what we felt, that pain. possibly because we do not know if we'll be able to hold space for that pain, if we have the capacity. And the word anahata is a reminder that there is a part within you which stays forever whole. And when you tap into the energy of anahata, you can tap into your own sense of courage. You do not need to build walls or protect yourself because you know you are whole. Nothing can hurt you ever. Your deepest essence is forever whole. So you find your courage to open yourself up. And maybe as I'm speaking these words, you intuitively lift the chest a little bit higher, as if you wanted to show the heart to the world. Open yourself up, expose yourself, show your courage, show your vulnerability. So being in the anahata energy is a reminder to show up with courage and to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Because you know that nothing can hurt you. Take a moment to feel the beating of your heart, the strength of your own heart. Be aware of the fact. Gently remind to yourself that your heart has been with you through everything you went through. It never stopped beating. It never gave up. No matter how painful the situation was, no matter how heartbreaking it was, the strength of your heart is always there. The courage is always there. You have it within you. Take a couple of breaths into the area of your heart, feeling this area expand, feeling the strength within, reminding to yourself of your own strength. And if anything emotional comes up and you would like to help your body process it, you can return to the sound or the sound, which are really nice for this area of the heart. You can begin to wrap your arms around you, right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Give yourself a little hug. Round your back, chin to chest. And then you inhale and open your arms wide. I invite you to keep your eyes closed. Exhale, round and hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Just like that. Opening and contracting. Exposing and closing. As we do this movement, be aware of how it feels. How does it feel to have the heart exposed? How does it feel like to have it closed? Which one is easier? Which one challenges you? What is the body communicating through these sensations? Quietly and compassionately listening. We're going to make these movements a little bit bigger. And with the next inhale, you will lift the hips up, open the chest. Exhale, hips down, just like that. Inhale, open. And exhale. I like to tuck my toes under for this one, so you can also do that if that feels good. Gives a little more stability. Eyes closed. Allowing the breath to gently travel through your inner landscapes. Sweep out any tension, anything that is stuck. And if at any time you feel like releasing that ha sound, please do that. Beautiful. The next time you sit your heels on your your hips and your heels, stay in your hug, in your gentle embrace. Inhale to open the chest. And exhale one more time, hugging yourself deeper. Inhale to open the arms. Exhale to reach for your opposite elbows behind your back. Take an inhale, heart open. Look up. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Keep your chest open and begin to gently roll your head over to the left shoulder and to the right shoulder. The walls we build around the heart that I talked about at the beginning, they are a contraction in a way. And what contraction creates within the body is tension. And the most vulnerable part for feeling tension in the body is the area of the neck and shoulders. So give yourself this loving stretch of the neck. You can, of course, follow your own guidelines. We have the toes tucked under, and maybe the feet are beginning to feel a little something. Can you breathe into that sensation? Remind yourself that it is fine. And then you slowly stop at the center, lift your knees higher, interlace the fingers at the base of the spine, send the heels down, and come into your forward fold. Feet about hip distance apart, knees bent as much as the body requires. Go ahead and alternate between bending the right knee and the left knee. Bending the right knee and the left knee. Feeling the lengthening at the backs of the legs and in the area of the shoulders. It is said, both in Vedic knowledge and in Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, that arms are the extension of the heart. The energy channels that lead from the heart move through the arms. So let's open those up, those in the area of the shoulders and the arms. Staying in tune with the body. And with your next exhale, you will release the hands down. The knees are bent as much as necessary, and we're going to bend the right knee, extend the left leg to the degree that's available, and lift the left arm up. And then you change, left hand down, and right arm up. On your own, a couple more times. Keep the eyes closed and gently play around with bending the knees. I encourage you to slow down the movements. If you're used to vigorous and challenging advanced asana practice, this may feel like, what are we even doing? I'm not feeling the intensity of the movement I'm used to feel. But just like when we eat lots of sweets, lots of sugar, we do not feel the sweetness of different fruits, for example. When we stop eating sugar, suddenly even the fruit that was not as sweet before becomes the richest experience. So can you look for the taste, the sweetness of this simple movement? All right, the next time both hands come down, you stay in your forward fold. A couple of times we are going to come into a halfway fold, doing gentle waves of the spine. Exhale down. Inhale, wave the heart open. And exhale down. Just a few more times. You can close your eyes and add anything to this movement that feels good to you, anything the body wants. Good. The next time you lengthen your spine, your halfway fold, walk your hands forward and walk your feet back, finding your downward facing dog. Again, close your eyes and begin to find your intuitive movement in your downward facing dog. Not using the body to get into the pose, but using the pose to get into the body. In what ways does this posture help you to get into your body? I mentioned in the introduction video to this series that we are using the rough outline of yoga asanas as an inspiration, but then we get out of the box of the classical and look for that which is uniquely yours. Make this movement uniquely yours. Breathe into the parts that need it. And eventually meet me in a downward facing dog. Let's practice stillness within the pose for the next 3 breaths. There is stillness in the physical body. And the body, the energetic body, keeps moving on the inside. Tune into that. What energy is being moved right now? Taking one last breath in and out. Beautiful. Lift your heels up, soften the knees, round your back, and take your shoulders over your wrists. Soften the knees even more, stick your hips up and glide back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Just like that. Inhale takes you forward. And exhale takes you back. Continue to move forward and back in your spinal waves, bringing sweetness into the movement. Becoming sensitive to the little sensations that show up as the result of the movement. Feel free to do any changes and adjustments to this movement depending on where you're at. You always want to meet yourself where you're at. Beautiful. The next time you glide into your downward facing dog, inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the right knee, open the right hip. Do your own movements here. What does my body need? And you can play around with moving the foot, the ankle, moving the bottom leg. Inhale to sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step with your right foot between the hands. We're going to root down through the right foot and sweep the arms overhead, coming into a high lunge. Good, our big and powerful posture. We don't have many of those today, but let's stand strong in this high lunge. On the exhale, I invite you to cactus your arms, open the heart, take an inhale. Exhale, close the elbows in front of the face, soften the left knee even more. 2 more times like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open. Inhale. Exhale, elbows together. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale here. Now hug yourself. Soften the left knee. Good. Take an inhale. And exhale, release your left knee down. Sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. Begin to lengthen your right leg to the degree that is available. Your own show right now. Just like before, you can take your 2 blocks and move forward and back, alternating between the low lunge and the half splits. And because we're getting outside of the box, make this uniquely yours. Maybe you want to completely abandon these shapes and move through your stealthy, sneaky skandasanas or anything. eyes closed. Deepening the breaths always. The next time you bend your right knee, just gently step back into your child's pose for just a moment. Forehead resting down. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhales, making the exhales loud, releasing that ha sound. And it is the vowel ah that gets into the vibration of this sound, of this vowel, gets into the energetic aspects of the heart area. So if there are any walls you would like to soften around your heart, take an inhale. Maybe wiggle and shake the body a little bit. Let's take one more inhale. Good. Find your way into your downward facing dog. And sweep the left leg up. Do your own movements, non-linear movements. It is often said in yoga asana, do the exact same thing on the other side as you did on the first side. Now ask yourself, question that. Don't deny, but question, does this side need the same thing as the other side? Do siblings always need the same? Do twins always need the same? No. Different parts of the body, different sides of the body have different needs. Maybe this one needs more or less. Sweep the left leg up as you inhale. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands. Sweep the arms overhead. Good. Find stability, grounding, and strength through your feet. Exhale, bend your elbows, open the heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, soften the right knee, elbows together, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale here. Exhale, soften the right knee. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, hug yourself. Chin to chest. Release the right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Begin your own flow. Forward and back, up, down, side to side. Eyes closed. Do your thing. Paying attention to those little sensations. Good. And the next time you get into your left knee bent position, exhale. Gently step back, returning to your child's pose, forehead down. Awareness in the body. Awareness with the breath. begin to glide forward all the way onto your belly. And we're doing these movements with sweetness. So coming onto your belly with sweetness, hands next to the yoga mat, forehead down. There's a thread tied between the shoulder blades. Somebody pulls it up. Your spine ripples and lifts off the ground. You open the chest, exhale, right shoulder down. Taking a couple of twisting spinal waves or cobra lifts. Inhale up, exhale, left shoulder down. On your own, a couple more times. If there are any points where you would like to practice stillness, if you notice, at this part, my shoulder and neck are feeling something, I'm going to stay with that sensation. Do so. And if for the last one you would like to lift and stay in your cobra, heart open, please stay there. Notice how this feels for you. And we're taking a high cobra here. If you would like to play around with bending the knees as well, please do so. Just explore. Remember, the shape is not in the game. The sensation is what counts. So explore, how does this make me feel? Keeping the heart open. Let's take one inhale with ha, exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out, forehead down. Forehead on your hands. Wiggle the hips. Bend the knees. Take a few windshield wipers. Slowly find your way onto your back. Pull your knees in. Give yourself a hug. And roll side to side. Anahata. Your inner strength, courage, vulnerability, compassion, and love. You can ask yourself, in what ways would I like to be more compassionate with myself? Where would I like to judge less and love more? Where would I like to open up and be courageous and be vulnerable rather than closing myself off? Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Release the legs down. You can bring your hands to your heart. Loving your heart, your anahata, courageous, compassionate, unwounded, unbroken, forever whole. I invite you to stay in your Shavasana however long you need. If at any point you feel like you want to release something energetically from the area of the heart, return to the ha sound. Make it loud. Invite any movement or shaking if that feels right. I thank you for joining this practice. I'm sending you and your heart lots of love. And I wish you a beautiful day.